After winning the Premier League last season, Liverpool have had a steep drop in form, losing 6 games consecutively at home for the first time in almost 70 years. What is going on at Liverpool Football Club, a team that has such a good attack with arguably one of the best front threes in the world with Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, and Roberto Firmino? We're going to take a look real quick into that. But before we do, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, Down the Block Sports here, and make sure that you comment on this video. Let me know what you think is up with Liverpool Football Club. And of course, make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. This is The High Press with Connor Robinson. Hey everyone, welcome to The High Press with Connor Robinson. I am the Connor Robinson. Let's go ahead and kick things off. You know this is about Liverpool and their decline. 6 home defeats in a row. That is a terrible record for them, considering they're one away from breaking their all-time record. It'd be their longest streak if they lose with their next home game, which is Villa. Let's take a look at those 6 losses, though. 4 of them 1-0 losses. You're looking at Burnley, Brighton, Chelsea, and Fulham. 3 of those teams are in the relegation zone, so that is pretty crazy to think about that Liverpool, who just won the Premier League title not even a year ago, really, are in this position. It doesn't help that Van Dijk is injured and Ben Davies is injured, who just came in from Preston. Joel Matip is injured, and Joe Gomez is also injured. They have a lot of center defensive players out, but they just haven't really been clicking going forward. They've only scored once in their last 6 home games. So a team that has arguably the best front three, if not one of the best front threes in European football, they can't even get a goal, more than one goal at home. There's a lot of things going on there. So, does it help that all their defensive players are injured besides Kabak and, I think they got a couple youngsters, but it matters that those players are all injured. It definitely makes them a lot more vulnerable, but they are a side that just won the Premier League title. This is the worst drop-off we've seen ever in the Premier League. So I would be concerned if I was a Liverpool fan for sure. But, when you start to look at the table, things are a lot worse than they seem, in my opinion. So let's do that real quick. We look at the table where Liverpool sit 8th. They have 12 wins, 7 draws, 9 losses out of 28 games played. 36 goals scored against them, 47 goals for. So they're able to put them in the back of the net, sure, but not the same sort of lethality in front of net, not the same sort of clinical finishing in front of net that we've become accustomed to. So definitely a lot to be desired there. Around them in the table, we'll start with Villa. They play them at home next. Villa currently 9th, and they are 2 games in hand. They have 2 games in hand, which means that they've only played 26. If they win both of those, they'll leapfrog Liverpool. 40 points is what they sit on. So they're only 3 points off of Liverpool at the moment. Liverpool sit at 43 points after 28 games played. And then if you look on the other side of that, West Ham, who have 2 games in hand also, they have 45 points. So if West Ham wins their next 2 games, they're going to be pulling away from Liverpool, who probably won't be playing European football. I don't think that there's 10 games left, sure. Can they turn things around? Probably. Do I think that they have enough to turn it around now at this stage of the season? It depends on results elsewhere. They'll have to get a slice of luck. I don't think that they're going to win the Champions League and get the European football that route. I don't see that happening. So, I would be concerned if I was a Liverpool fan, because there is a very real chance that Liverpool aren't playing European football next season. I think Villa have been doing well. Grealish, he's been kind of out of the side lately. He's got, 10 assists in the PL this season, so he has kind of been dragging them along. And for West Ham, Jesse Lingard has injected a whole new life into them. And Jesse Lingard, a player that I don't really rate that well, has been proving me wrong. He's been scoring goals left and right for West Ham, so good for him. But the next 5 games that Liverpool play: away to Wolves, they go to the Emirates to play Arsenal, home to Villa, They go to Ellen Road to play Leeds, and then they host Newcastle, who is 16th. Now, that Newcastle game is going to be crucial because I think at that point of the season, Newcastle are going to be in that relegation scrap. And I really, it's tough to say at this point, but I really think that Newcastle will be fighting for their lives. Same with Brighton. Fulham have been on a great run, and they, beat Liverpool today 1-0, which is huge for them. But they're still in the relegation zone, which is kind of crazy, considering they've been winning, all sorts of games lately. But it's not looking great for Poole. They're keeping one clean sheet in every 4 is the average. They have 7 clean sheets, and again, a lot of that comes down to the defense, being injured. But again, it's not very great at all for them. So we'll have to wait and see. And I guess we could take a deeper dive and kind of look into a more specific area of Liverpool. And I think that's Mo Salah. I think Mo Salah's time is done. I think he's played there. He's scored 100 goals, third fastest to do it for Liverpool. But I really think that his time is up. I think when you look at the offers internationally, definitely there are some really attractive places where he could sign. Do I think Liverpool let him go? 75 million plus euros? Sure. Maybe a swap deal in there. I would certainly try to swap for someone younger if I could, and swap plus cash. But I don't see Salah staying. I think Sadio Mane has played really well, and again, so has Salah. He's had 4 or 5 really good seasons at the club, but I think him and Klopp just aren't really connecting anymore. So I do think that that's something that we're going to see is a possible sale for Mo Salah. Where he goes, I've kind of narrowed it down to 2 options: Barcelona, Real Madrid. I think with Real Madrid, he goes and he probably becomes the main man in attack because Benzema's getting up there in age. His contract, I think, is out not this summer, but next summer. And Luka Jovic is on loan. I don't think he's really kind of grown into that Real Madrid style of play. And then Eden Hazard really hasn't lived up to the hype. So perhaps, perhaps he comes in, Salah comes in, and then he takes the pressure off of, Eden Hazard, and Hazard's able to then, kind of perform back to that level. I don't know. I mean, he was excellent at Chelsea, but he completely fell off at Real Madrid because of injuries. But I mean, maybe having Mo Salah might take the pressure off of him and maybe make him perform at even higher of a level. Plus, I do think that Bale might leave. I think, he's really been turning it on for Spurs as of late. And I think that he would be more comfortable knowing. And I think it also helps Harry Kane stay if he has Gareth Bale, Heung-Min Son, Lucas Moura, some of these attacking players around him. But, again, I think Real Madrid might be the second option, to be 100% honest. I think Barcelona is probably the number one choice. When you look at what Barcelona is doing, they're second in La Liga. And this is on an off season. This is when Messi wanted to leave because he didn't want to stay at the club. They just got a new president. Ronald Koeman has them playing okay football. I'm not going to say that they're playing to the 09, 2010, Barca tiki-taka style, but it's an okay style of play. Koeman has influence with a lot of Dutch players, because his last position was the Dutch national manager. He's Dutch, played at Barcelona, scored the winner in the 92 Champions League. But, when you look at around Europe, around the continent, Gini Wijnaldum's contract is out this summer. I don't know if they've gotten any progress. I think we probably won't know until the move's basically going through. Memphis Depay at Olympique Lyonnais, his contract's up in the summer. I don't believe that they've resolved that either. So you're looking at Barcelona potentially getting, a Memphis Depay, Gini Wijnaldum, and maybe making a swap deal for Mo Salah. I think that they have more than enough players to swap over. I don't think they would do something like Griezmann, although I wouldn't be surprised if they did get rid of Griezmann just because of the wages maybe, or perhaps and I think Klopp would probably take Griezmann over Dembele, to be 100% honest. Liverpool could change their shape and play Bobby Firmino and Antoine Griezmann, and I think the two of them could combine really well. And then play Sadio Mane off the left and maybe Jota off the right, and you could even play a 4-2-4 or some sort of very attack-minded formation. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know where he's going to go. He might stay, but after being subbed off against Chelsea, he looked pretty frustrated. And I would say I think it's time for Liverpool to move on. At 28 years old, he is leading the Golden Boot race. You can squeeze some more money out of that. They only paid 40 million, I believe, or 44 million for Mo Salah. So you're looking at a pretty good return. If you get 75, or even if they got 50 plus a player, I think that helps balance the books. It helps pay some of the wages. So we'll have to see. But I do think Mo Salah's time at Liverpool is up for sure. I think that there's really no skating around it at this point. So we'll just have to wait and see till the summer, and we'll kind of go over that further. Thanks for tuning in. This is the High Press with Connor Robinson. Make sure that you subscribe to Down the Block Sports, hit that notification bell, and never miss any of our content. Leave a comment in this video. Let me know what you think. Does Mo Salah stay? Does Mo Salah go? I'd love to hear everyone's opinion. So go ahead and leave a comment below. And again, thanks for tuning in.